Alright, let's record in 3, 2, 1.
Is chivalry dead?
I would say probably yes.
You say it's dead? Seriously?
I would say it's dead.
Mad. I don't think I can say the same thing, sure.
Why?
Because I'm still alive and I'm a chivalrous person. Or at least I try to be a chivalrous person. That's for sure.
Okay.
But you think it's dead?
I think more people aren't doing it because nobody has the time to do it. Nobody, maybe if you're put in a position, sometimes it's very easy, but like being chivalrous back then, you would know a countless amount of people. Like when you were not being chivalrous, you were looked in a certain way. Now if you're not being chivalrous, you're just being yourself, you're just like, so like more people aren't doing it, so to me it kind of feels dead because even the people that are doing it are just little. And more people don't even care. Some people don't even know what chivalry is.
On God.
So
on God, most people don't even actually know what it is. And that is what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. Welcome everybody, it's the one called Dawn and we're back at the Room C203 studios. You know how we be, you know how we do. I've got my main man Tony in the studio with me. Thank you again for being with us as usual. So guys, and it's me. We're still together once again. So we are talking about a very interesting topic, as all our topics tend to be, chivalry. Most of you actually do not know what it is, or at least you think you do, and today we're going to talk about it a little bit in depth and drop in some of our opinions as well. Moving back to what you were saying, a lot of people don't know what chivalry is.
what is chivalry?
Chivalry, in my description, is the manner and the proper manner in which a man behaves when a woman or women are around.
Okay.
I use the term proper, adequate, disciplined. Manner, a way a man will behave when women or a woman are around. Strictly applies towards women in understanding. So, do you share that belief in that?
Yeah, kind of. It's more of being, polite, being, or being modest, being upstanding. I think that's really what chivalry
It has to do with a lot of character.
Yeah.
Definitely. A lot of people actually have a problem with it because of the whole understanding aspect, both for male and female. Because I have acted, chivalrous manner can include opening a door for a lady, helping her with her bags, helping her with her luggage or whatever she's shopping with, opening the car door for her. All those kind of behaviors are what they are classified as chivalrous behavior. So now it comes to the fact that we have a bunch of people who
sending money chivalrous.
He's sending wait, he's sending money. No.
Wow, that's
no.
chivalrous.
Okay, wait. Actually, sending money chivalrous? No, guy. Oh God. Well, okay, depends on the amount. It depends on the amount or the context. Yes, depends on the context. Why are you sending the money? Maybe, okay, because if you're sending her money, maybe it's for her to go and buy some clothes or a spa day, I think I can perceive that as being chivalrous. Yeah, I think that would be a manner and behavior of someone who is trying to be chivalrous. You're not specifically sending the money, you're sending... you already have a task or a goal at hand, and you've already sent it involving her. Okay, let her go and have fun. So yeah, I guess sending money can be chivalrous. Can chivalry be done to other men?
Other men?
Yes. Like can we be chivalrous to one another?
I think that statement, that chivalry was just mostly in terms to women.
Yeah.
So like back then, when you were nice and when you were, helping around, carrying these opening doors for women, especially, they just tagged it as chivalry. So like adding a man to the mix
kind of takes the whole point out of it.
Yeah, because now You can, because it's kind of just being nice and being helpful and doing this and all that and all that and all that. So like I think that's the question I wanted to ask was that is chivalry dead or has it evolved? Is it more society friendly? Is it just no chivalry anymore? Is it another one like being nice or something? Has it evolved from just how you treat a woman but how you treat everyone around you?
Actually, yeah. I mean, the principles of being chivalrous actually have to do with a lot of the term manner and discipline. A chivalrous man is a mannered person and is a disciplined person because he knows his behaviors, he's not shifted by the situation or circumstance. He will act out in this particular way. Because I feel like if we are putting it as a concept, then is when it turns to, oh, you're being a nice guy. Yeah, when you are specifically trying to be chivalrous because you know that, oh, they will perceive me as a chivalrous person or they will perceive me as a nice person. I'm not just doing it strictly because, I, as a grown man, as a person of society, I know how I should behave and how I should act around everybody, including women. Because I feel like it's a general thing in society. It doesn't evolve too much. I feel like it doesn't evolve too much, but it still remains the same that there is a way women speak and interact with one another politely, and it's different from the way a man will interact with women, even though it's still being polite.
Do you think women take advantage of chivalry while also advocating for equality?
As much as I want to say yes, that women take advantage of chivalry, I want to put it into perception what we already mentioned. Men of today, they don't even understand what chivalry is. They don't even understand. I have been in many situations where I open a car door for a woman and gesture towards it and she just thinks I want to get into the car. Or I pull a chair out for a girl and I gesture to it and she's just looking at me and then sitting on another chair because she's now wondering why I'm pointing at the chair. She doesn't have an idea that I'm trying to point it towards her. It always has to get to the point where you're like, you have to hold them and be like, please sit down before they finally understand. So yeah, some of them it kind of goes over their heads. But at the same time, being a chivalrous person, still mannered, disciplined, etc., I feel like it is just more of the kind of person you are, how nice you are as a person makes it easier for you to be taken advantage of. So maybe it's not really that women in general, but then sometimes the wrong men meet the wrong men.
Do you think chivalry should be taught in school?
Yes, I do believe it should be taught in school. I strongly believe it should be taught in school because I feel like...
Or is it too outdated for modern?
It's not outdated. Chivalry is very needed. Discipline, being mannered, being controlled as a man is something that we should be doing. It's something that, so chivalry is kind of like a pillar to that kind of discipline. I think chivalry is has more of a British background. I've done some study on it as a concept, but as much as I understand, I think it's more of like a British concept. So back then, you wouldn't understand how the British used to behave. Now they were very mannered. They took it to a very high degree. So as much as it's not so uptight in that manner, I feel like it should be taught in schools. It should be something that, it's taught towards men, and I feel like also women should understand it because a chivalrous man is a man to look out for. A chivalrous man is a man to look out for.
If chivalry is about being kind and respectful, why is it usually gendered?
I actually like that question.
Why is it so gendered?
Why is it so gendered? Okay, well, I feel like we did already see that earlier, that the way we communicate as men and the way we communicate with women as men is very different. So I feel chivalry is kind of it's a right for women and a responsibility for men. You dig? Everybody has our genders. We have rights and responsibilities. When the man is chopping the responsibility, the woman is chopping the right. When the woman is chopping the rights, the man is chopping the responsibility. That's actually kind of hard things. So I feel like chivalry is a right and responsibility. That's why it's gendered. there is a way you are supposed to treat a woman. You're supposed to be gentle. You're supposed to be able to understand her emotions. Even though they're flaring out, you're supposed to be able to keep a cool head. I mean, not all the time. I mean, we're human. Even as men, sometimes our emotions can flare up as well. It sucks. But if you get what I'm trying to say, there is a way we should interact with women. Not treating them as delicate, because I feel like chivalry is not just treating a woman in a delicate manner. It's treating a woman in a respectful manner. Like, not unnecessary physical contact, allowing her to know that she's comfortable and free in the room, and then giving her a feeling of security and safety in her environment.
Do you think chivalry comes from a genuine respect, or is disguised as a form of control? You know, in terms of being a form of control, you know, you're being this, you want to be in charge of this entire thing. Like, because being chivalry is basically entering a space. It's basically doing something, how do I put it? It's basically doing something when nobody sends you to do it. Nobody sent you to open the door. Nobody said to open this door. Or nobody has mandated you that every single man by book of law in the constitution is supposed to do this. So it's like basically over-sabi movement.
Yeah, like, that's what I said. There's something we call it in Nigeria. Chivalry is over-sabi. Like, who sent you work? Like, nobody told you to be all. And yeah, I mean, in certain aspects, it is a kind of form of control. But I feel like isn't any form of discipline in a sense a form of control? If you're actually trying to take yourself into a higher state of focused behavior and understanding, you are definitely always going to feel like there's a certain level of control you are giving out. So yeah, I guess it is over-sabi, but it's also based on who sends you work. If you are sending yourself the work, there's no work. You dig? If you're sending yourself the work, there's no work. But if you feel like you are kind of doing this because most guys they pull the nice guy card because they want to get laid, so they think, okay, maybe if I'm nice to her, she'll let me fuck. Or some people will just be like, you know, I just want to come off I want people to see me as a chivalrous person. But you know, if you just take it as like it's a proverb that if you give you something useful, you keep it in your left hand so that when you're eating you don't swallow it. So like, being a chivalrous person is just something you put in your left hand. It's just discipline, behavior, manner. Do you think chivalry is like completely outdated? Do you feel like, we don't really need it again in this world that we're inside?
No, like, I don't think we just need to tag it as chivalry.
Okay.
I just think that it's being nice. You see somebody struggling to do something, you help out. You see something doing this, you help out. But like, when you start tagging chivalry, it's basically like every moment in time you want to help. You see any little thing, you see two people fighting and you want to go there and sort it out. You see something happening and you just want to go there and doing this. I don't feel like right now at this age it's a mandated thing. I feel like it's something that, okay, once in a while you do. You're a nice person. You can open the door sometimes. You can buy this, you can pull out a chair for her, you can open the car door. These are specific things you're not meant to do for everybody, because now you can't go to a super mall and see a girl trying to open her car and you now go like, oh, let me help you open your car, and just because maybe you've not known her, you've not seen her. So like, it's basically, to me, it feels over-sabi movement. And there's a way now how modern things have become where people aren't very trusting of people.
Very.
So like, when you're doing something, there's always maybe 60 to 70, 80% chance that there's a motive behind it.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to call her a number, maybe you want her to feel like, oh, that guy was nice, and maybe if you see her again, boom. So like, there's always going to be a motive behind, even being kind, there's always a motive behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mad. So so I think I could get two stuff from that. It doesn't need to be tagged. And number two, it doesn't really, even if it's something you do to women, I don't think it's something you should do to all women. Not constantly.
Back then, chivalry, I feel like chivalry was even such a thing as, you know, it was personal with the person you were trying to court with and stuff. So like, and even in terms of guards that help open doors and and bring drinks. Those were all like chivalrous behaviors and everything. But most of the men that did it, they didn't necessarily do it for every woman they saw. They mostly did it to the women they were trying to court. They were trying to court this woman, so they are nice, they are opening the doors, they are helping her over the body, they're doing this. So that behavior was like, oh my god, he's chivalrous, he's this, but I feel like what we're now talking now is about being chivalrous to every girl we see when we are pulling the chair for her to sit down, or we're trying to do this, or and then it stems down from protecting and being in control and shit. So like I just maybe not feel like it should be tagged, and it's just being nice. And sometimes you'll be nice, you pull out. If I like a girl, I will be chivalrous for that. I mean, not that if I don't like you, I wouldn't, but like there's something I would want from you. Definitely, I would want you to see me in a kind of way that knows that okay, this guy is actually nice to me and stuff. And so like,
I can imagine that actually. It all boils down to the fact that it's still an intimate kind of thing at the end of the day. There's a certain level of intimacy to every act of chivalry, to every manner that you behave. I completely get that though.
But here's the question I have for you. Is refusing chivalrous acts like, opening doors and paying for dinner a rejection of sexism or just rudeness? So like you were saying before that when you open it, when you set the girl's seat open and she looks at it and she's like, what's going on? And it can stem from the fact of rudeness, knowing that I helped you do this thing, I helped you pull out the chair and you are just So is refusing the act, is it a rejection of sexism?
Okay, so it's like if you're trying to be chivalrous towards a woman and she kind of deflects it. Oh my god, lock up. Lock up. That listen, if you've been chivalrous towards a woman and she's deflating the guy, that is prime time for you to commode the setting. Because like there's this thing that has spermed in modern society that women do this thing where they feel like when you treat them, certain women feel like when you treat them in a chivalrous way, you're belittling them in some kind. It's actually a serious problem. A lot of men face this thing like they're trying to be chivalrous towards a woman and she's not receiving it properly. Some of them think it's feminism, and I think they should all go and Google what feminism means. My honest to God opinion, but like at the same time, a lot of girls will not receive it. Girls, women, whatever age gap you're in, from 16 to 25, 14, you go on dating. Some women will not receive that treatment the way you are expecting them to receive it. They're not going to think it's nice. They're going to think it's belittling. They're going to think that you're like.
I want something out of it.
So people even think it's weird. I've met a lot of girls I've met one specific girl that I know that I literally can't treat her nice because she thinks that as I'm treating her nice, I like her and I want something from her. So she's always receiving my kindness in the wrong way. So, and then it's because she's my friend. Like I treat all my female friends that I know, I treat her the way I treat them like that. So she's literally the only female friend that I've ever had in my life that I couldn't treat like people. When people see us, they didn't think we were close because I can't treat her the way she receives it the wrong kind of way. So it's a deep problem. Yeah, like it is rejected deep. You have no rights. Responsive. Chivalry is not responsive. It's not like a right. For women, it can come off as a right, but it's not a right to anybody. Behaving properly from one person to another doesn't have to do with shit, man. Like behave properly.
Okay. Can women be chivalrous?
I mean, yes. If the concept of chivalry is, chivalry as a term, the word is attached to men behaving like that to women. But I feel like if we're still honestly saying that chivalry is about behavior, proper mannerism, discipline, then yeah, women can be chivalrous to men because there are some ways they perceive us as stupid. Like men and women, there are some things women do as a general that we perceive that they do it and it's stupid. Just like there are things women that we do that is general amongst men that they perceive that men do this thing and it's really stupid. So yeah, it doesn't have any it's not a big deal. Like yeah, a woman can be chivalrous. A woman should be chivalrous. It's so weird.
Is chivalry genuine or is it only performed in front of others?
It's genuine. But it all depends on the kind of person you are. That's my opinion. I mean, to be honest, the reason I even understand chivalry as a concept is because of my mother. She kind of introduced the concept of it, the concept of being chivalrous and being a gentleman. So I be a gentleman for the sole satisfaction of knowing that yes, a gentleman is the proper way to behave. There's no benefits that comes from it. There's no anything that comes from it. It's just I do it because I just feel like a gentleman, a chivalrous person, they act right. So I like the way they act right. I want to act like that. So
Yes.
it all depends on the heart.
Here's one that's cool. Should a man still be chivalrous if the woman insists on being independent? If she says, I can do it myself. I can open my car. I can carry that big bag myself. Do you even? Let's not even talk about even a random person. Let's say this is your relationship now, and she says she wants to be fully independent. She doesn't need you carrying stuff. She doesn't need you doing this. She's got it.
Alright, G. As you wish. As you wish, flex. I mean, some people don't see that shit as a flex. Some girls don't see that shit as a flex. No, they don't like it. They are independent. So if you don't like an independent woman, go and date one that isn't independent.
If a woman expects chivalry, should she also embrace traditional roles in return?
Ah, God. Please don't get me cancelled. Don't get me cancelled. I beg you.
Answer.
Don't get me cancelled. Okay. Please repeat this question so that we can break it down.
If women expect chivalry,
Yes.
should she also embrace traditional roles in return?
Okay. Let's be honest.
If she says,
Wait.
you need to be a chivalrous man. You need to be.
I need to be a chivalrous man.
Shows in that same thing, can she embrace traditional roles in return?
Let's break the question into two. That first one. If a woman demands that I should be chivalrous, depending on her tone,
Okay.
the tone she uses to tell me, I feel with my glove, therefore I'm down. Like, no, okay. You don't get that. If you are requesting that you want me to treat you in a better manner, I did
Which
that.
is kind of
Yes,
chivalry.
okay. You want me to treat you? Okay, yes, okay. Let me not be a dick.
Okay.
Let me not be a dick. Okay, so, yeah. Actually, a woman wanting to be treated in a chivalrous manner to me is fine. No biggie. Everywhere cool. Everywhere good. But the whole traditional thing for women, you see, like, the things were really different for women back then. Though, like, so I don't really want to talk about that. Like, I don't think that that should be on the table. If a woman is demanding you to be chivalrous, you have a right to tell her that she should go and suck it. Like, you have a right. But I'm just saying that traditional, the way the women were treated back then is very, very somehow. So the traditional behaviour, because I can't just start telling you, okay now, no problem. I don't want to see you anywhere but inside the kitchen. You see, like, that's where that traditional thing is trying to lead to, and I said I don't want to get cancelled. So let's just leave that topic.
Are men who aren't chivalrous seen as rude, even if they treat women equal? Even if you don't pick up every bag, even if you don't do this, I treat you as a human being. I treat you as not just a woman, but a human being. And in that same likeness, I'm not going to carry every man's bag. I'm not going to open every door for any kind of man. So like, I treat you as an equal. Is that seen as rudeness?
I don't think so, honestly. That's what saves it from being over sabi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that whole optionality of if you want to treat a woman chivalry. I mean, like, you can tell me, like, I don't give a shit about chivalry. I ain't gotta treat a woman like shit, and I'm going to do whatever I want. And as long as women interact with him, is he losing? In fact, as long as other men interact with him, he's not losing.
So if he's in a situation where somebody is finding it hard to pull this thing, and you know this girl is struggling, and he's just there watching, you got this, I believe in you. Not even in a fun manner, which I would do, but you got this.
I mean, that's, to me, as I perceive that, that's being a dick. Like, I'm sorry, you're being a dick. So if the girl is really like struggling, and then you can tell that you can just go there and help her, but you don't want to. So yeah, that's being a dick. But at the same time, like, I feel like if the person didn't give a fuck if it was still a man, everywhere good. He's a dick, he's a dick. If you want to be a dick to everybody, but I don't support being a dick specifically to women.
What if you're a dick specifically to men?
Eventually one man will come and beat the shit out of you. God. One day you piss off that one guy and he's going to come and finish. That's my take on God.
Is chivalry in the workplace appropriate?
Yes, it is.
Or patronizing?
What do you mean?
Is it appropriate in the workplace, like, or is it patronizing? Is it always like feeling like there's always something behind something you do?
Yeah, I mean,
so, like,
I know this sounds stupid. I know it sounds stupid.
Not every man that may not want anything.
I can be honest, I can say like I can vouch for only 20% of the men on the planet. That I can say they're chivalrous men with no strings attached. As in, they don't want shit, they don't need shit, their mama raised them like this, and that's how they are. I believe that there are 20% of them on this planet, maybe even 40. I can give 40, I cannot say 50. I doubt, because a lot of men don't give a shit about it no more. A lot of women don't give a shit about it no more. So it's kind of like a two-edged, they really, really dumb two-edged sword that two sides are not even sharp.
Okay, so part of being chivalrous is paying on the first date.
Hey, paying on the first date is a very interesting topic.
Should first date expectations around chivalry still exist?
The guy could be having a bad day. That sounds dumb. I mean, in today's world, no, because like I'm saying both men and women most of you people don't understand the concept. Like, why are you demanding a concept you don't understand? And okay, even if you demand it, some people, let's say you're a woman who understands chivalry and you meet a man who doesn't. You can't really fault it for him. It's a concept he doesn't know, vice versa.
That is something you know.
Something
like we said, chivalry is really tied to being polite and nice and all these things. So like, there was also the question that came in that people who aren't chivalrous, are they in terms being rude?
No, they aren't. Some people are ignorant. Some people don't care, and you actually can't force them to care. You can't. So, like on a first date, I don't think it should really be that much of a big deal. You could meet a nigga, he doesn't treat you chivalrous, and then you are the reason he eventually becomes chivalrous if you guys continue dating and you introduce the concept to him. But now on a first date, nah, at all. I don't think so.
Okay. I'm a believer of whoever axes who out pays.
Yes.
But the thing is, I'm so nice in a way that I feel kind of, no, I won't even say so nice in a way. I feel somehow having to have such a great time with somebody that day and not pay for something. I wouldn't want to now, even if she called me and say, oh, we should go out, we should go to this place, and I would kindly reject, knowing that okay, I don't have the finances or bar to actually do all these things. So I'll be like, hey, I can't come. I'll probably make an excuse and all that. Yeah. But like, if she's really hammering on it and like, oh, let's do this, that, she'll take care of it, I don't feel right. I probably would just go and end up paying for it.
The thing is, like, even if I also believe that if a girl asks me out, let's go. But if we get there and you expect me to pay, and you are the one who asked me out, that's bullshit. But like normally on a steady, there is no way I will go out with a woman and not at least split the bill with her.
Not at least. Like something.
Even if she wants to argue everything down, I'll say at least let's split the bill 50-50. Bam, that's the best I can do. That's the most my pride. Let me call it my pride. That's the farthest my pride can go. But like, if we get there and I see you, hey, you're counting the bill. Even if we get there and you say, okay, look, I know I called you out, but I have half the money. Or you tell me that, oh, I know you called you out. There's a way you can talk to me that I know that, yes, I'm covering this bill, but we know how I'm covering this bill, even though you're the one who asked me out. You think, because, I mean, now, like, when 21st century, this is 2025, I mean, you should ask, you girls should not be still shy from asking niggas out. I mean, aren't you all ballers and bosses? Like, are we not all ballers and bosses at this point? So, if a guy, you should be able to. I've been taken out on a date like, on more than one occasion. I can remember at least 3 times in my life a girl have taken me out. As in, oh, I want to take you out on a date. And the, you know when you are with a very opinionated woman that if you pay that bill, you and I are going to fight. Almost some of them are like that. On God, if you pay that bill, bring out your wallet. On God, now then the fight will start because they're not trying. They not believe that you don't perceive them as capable. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Okay, does social media glorify chivalry in a way that's unrealistic?
I'm sorry, I don't like taking topics about social media is about opinion. So there's always going to be the right side, there's going to be the ugly side. They just leave it out of social media. Social media will make it ugly, to make it an ugly topic.
Are modern women attracted to confidence than chivalry?
You can't be chivalrous without confidence. You can't truly be chivalrous without confidence.
So basically, I can't truly be kind if I'm not confident.
Listen, when you say confidence, okay, let's really split the terms. Okay, let's split the terms. See, confidence is the belief you have in your own capability to handle a certain situation, whatever it is, could be emotional, mental, physical, etc. Like you believe that you are capable enough to handle this. That's where confidence comes from. So, if you feel like opening the door, interacting with women actually takes a lot of balls.
What is confidence?
I just explained it now. Like it is the belief you have in your own capabilities to handle a certain situation. That's what I think confidence. That's what I perceive confidence as. You know that, oh now okay, this thing is happening. I can fix this. Or I know what to do. That kind of. You are capable. You know you are capable of doing this. Even if sometimes your other things are not comfortable. For example, someone come and say, okay, then let's want someone to write a poem. I know that I can fall in. I know that I'll go and write a poem because I'm confident in my writing skills. Even if I lose, the confidence I had to go there is a sign that I believe in my abilities. You are capable you believe in your capabilities, your own everything. You know that I can do this thing. That's what confidence is. I feel like interacting with women in general, a lot of men don't talk about it, but it's most times very scary for most men. If you don't learn to just not overthink it, you overthink to the end of your life and not talk to that babe or the babe at the bar, or you just get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I think we've covered a lot. Covered areas of chivalry.
It's not an outdated concept. It's an intimate concept. It's about your own type of principles and ideals. Chivalry can be in your ideal log, and it's not in the ideal log of your friends or family members. So people will just be like, and this is my friend. He's the chivalrous guy in our group. Like people will be able to tag it to your personality or identity. But I feel like the word chivalry is outdated. After everything is spoken about, it's just about being a mannered person. Have manners. Show that you have discipline. Show that your parents don't waste their entire time when you're in their house doing you kind of thing. So I do believe that is a concept. But what do you guys think about chivalry? What do you think about your ideas on it? Do you think it's outdated? Do you think it's something we should teach in school? I still believe so. Do you think it's something that applies to both men and women? We should strictly just be put back to men. So you guys should just give us your own personal opinions, and I hope in our conversation you've been able to learn something and agree with some things, and even birth opinions of your own. Once again, it's the one called Dawn. This is the C203 podcast. I have my main man runner with me, and I'm really glad to have you guys with us again. I look forward to the next episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I hope to see you guys again. Peace. Bye.